welcome everyone, Stormy Sensei here. Sunday night we're going to be playing some Honkai Star Rail for everyone. Big welcome to Luffy in chat. Welcome on in. First time watching one of my Star Rail streams. Glad to have you. How are you doing this evening? I guess I should do a sound check, make sure that I'm audible. I am. Good, good. What's the time? I think you just saw it. It's just before midnight. It's 11:10. Pretty bad time for me to start a stream, especially a story-based stream. But I don't know when the next time I'm going to have an opportunity to stream a story-based game, so gotta take the moments when they come. What's the time for you, Luffy? Nine in the morning. So you're like west to Europe, maybe Africa. I'm so used to playing on mobile. I'm not used to seeing so many NPCs you can't talk to. That's funny. So I can go with Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Voltron. Oof. This is not really story. This is more like an adventure mission. India. Let's see. 9:40 a.m. I'm just trying to figure out like time zones.
Does it really work?
Hey there, Wobster. Nestia, that's the romance titan. Ambitious time for a stream, I know. What's he doing back there? I was talking to him in my room and then he disappeared after I did one dialogue option. I was worried I would never be able to talk to him again. But now I found Barthlos up here on the rooftops of Akama. Oh, is she blind? Okay. Man, those options seem rude. I want to hear what she says, but I'm not going to say those things to her. Where's the post fan art in your Discord? There's the artwork and thumbnails channel. That's like where everyone else posts their artwork. You should have access to it as long as you have the proper roles. I'm gonna just quickly check to see if you have the proper roles. Yeah, you should have it. You got the YouTube subscribers role, so you should be able to see that. It's right underneath the general chat. Characters won't be having the voice. When I do the main story, they will. These are just like little side quests. The only reason why I continue to do this was because I accidentally got too close to the mission marker and it forced me to do a dialogue. And in that dialogue, I thought she was going to jump off the roof, and it felt weird to kind of just like go on with the main story with such urgent matters going on. Wait, so I don't actually need to really do the rest of this, but I am going to talk to Barthlos because, yeah, of course I am. Vigors has some of the best quotes. Is he gonna disappear again? What made him show up in my room that one time, I guess? Maybe it was a glitch, or maybe it's intentional that he shows up there. He could also just show up in a random place every time.
Iris, my cherished Iris.
My beloved Nympha.
Let's leave Akuma.
A place for just the two of us.
Thought, yeah, how do I get up there? That's what I really want to do. There we go. I only need to get one more nymph here.
Don't sneak up on me from behind, outsider.
Interesting. Maybe my day would have been here before I finished the 3.0 quest? Or no, before I finished the 3.1 quest, and now he's just like here? Yeah, okay. This is basically my day. That's pretty clever. I actually like that. Because I was actually been thinking about stuff like this, where if the Flame Chase journey is supposed to have like all the Chrysos heirs die at the end, then there's going to be a lot of missable dialogue and adventure missions. But if they use these memory fragments, or abuse the fact that we can time travel while we're in Amphorius, then maybe we still are able to do the things. Is this a good story game? I think it's one of the best story games that there is. I put in hundreds of hours into it, and there's still... I can't even keep up with the amount of story content that they have. There's a lot of text. I ignore most of the readable content. There's a lot of lore that goes really deep into the game. Every item has like flavor text as well, kind of like if you collect Magic the Gathering cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards. There's just like a lot of stuff in here, and they keep on adding more to it, so it just keeps on getting better. I mean, there is a reason why I'm playing this and not any other RPG right now. I mean, part of that reason is that the other RPGs are not going anywhere. They've already completed the content, and I can start and finish it whenever I want to. But this game will... There's more to catch up with every time. I'll finish talking to this stuff later. Like I don't normally do NPC talks while I'm on stream, because I can do that off stream. Alright, let's make our way to the real story content. It's the first time you're watching? Well, this is a pretty good jumping on part, because I'm about to do the beginning of a part of the story. This game has 3 major versions. So there's the 1.0 story, you know, and then 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, so on. And then, or up to 1.6. And then in the major version 2, it's like, you know, 2.0, 2.1, so on and so forth, and up to 2.7. And I just finished the 3.1 story last stream. And so now we're about to start the 3.2 story, which is the current patch that we're in. In 3 weeks from now, they're going to release 3.3, and there'll be even more story. Oh, I did do the Barthos talks, at least, because I thought that he would disappear again if I didn't talk to him right there. I mean, as a follower of Zagreus myself, I'm kind of obliged to, you know? My head's just buzzing with those numbers. Just think, you know, chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, except instead of it being like, you know, this being chapter 27, they broke it up into different sections. Or it's kind of like if you had a series of books, like if you think something like Harry Potter. Harry Potter has 7 books, but there are multiple chapters in it. So the game's kind of like that. So every version is on a different planet. So 1.0 was on Eurylos 6. Version 2 was on Penacony. And version 3 now is in Amphorius. Head to the singing swarm. Oh, heed the singing swarm. I'll do all that stuff later.
More and more species are disappearing.
All shall bid farewell to one, and that person alone will witness the miracle. Such is the will of fate. Only one shall live to the end, and they alone shall witness the era nova. If I take on the Titan's trial, will the prophecy come to pass for me as well? Will I die? Regardless, I must give Aglaia an answer.
It's you, Cass. I finished the anthology of poems you lent me. Here it is.
I thought you'd be too preoccupied to find time for reading.
Precisely because of these obligations, I felt compelled to read it swiftly.
Wouldn't all these preoccupations slow your pace?
On the contrary, knowing that time is limited can push one to overcome their limitations. The weight of these responsibilities seems to have enhanced my reading efficiency.
I understand completely. During my time at the Grove, the closer exams drew, the more efficient I became at tackling everyday mundane tasks. Anything but my actual studies.
That's funny. To answer some questions here, and welcome in, Derico. Is this available on Steam? I think so. I know that it's available on PC, so I'm assuming that the way that you get it is through Steam. So this is available on PC and on mobile and on PS5. So if you have a smartphone, you can also play this game. It's free to play, free to download. There are purchases you could make in game, but you don't need to do any of that stuff.
Precisely. As I remember, you and Finon were both disciples of the new Sporists. I assume that Anaxa's exams were as unreasonable as the man himself. Correct.
The courses Professor Anaxa taught were Introduction to Alchemy and History of Mythology. And to be perfectly honest, those two courses were the students' greatest nightmares.
The history of mythology, taught by the blasphemous great performer himself. I can imagine their fear.
Now that I think about it, students would often rush to the podium during class to challenge him on those blasphemous ideas. May I ask, Lady Aglaya, has your relationship with Professor Anaxa always been like this?
He openly dismisses people's faith and questions the very justification of the Flame Chase journey. Our positions have been destined to be at odds. While you were studying there, I assume you must have heard of his nickname.
Dromus draped in finery?
As I see it, this nickname is more of an insult to the Dromus. Despite his insufferable arrogance, I do hold a certain respect for his nature as a scholar. To remain true to his principles, he is unafraid to stand opposed to the world, and that requires considerable resolve. Anaxagoras' life is almost like a satire. As a Chrysos heir, he refuses to heed the prophecy, while he disrespects the gods.
I'm going to reread some of this because this seems pretty important. Like, they're always talking about Anaxa being a blasphemer and whatnot, but I don't really get how. Like, he just doesn't believe that the prophecy is real. Surely he's not the only person in all of Amphorius that thinks that way. There are so many people that were just like living out their lives and while the black tide was coming in, but also like you see the black tide. Like, I can understand being blasphemous or atheistic in like real life when we don't necessarily have proof of, you know, the supernatural, but in a world where by definition we actually do have lots of proof about the supernatural, what exactly is it that he blasphemes about? And I don't even know what faith would even mean in this context. So, justification of the Flame Chase journey. So, well, like, what do we believe instead? He doesn't think that that's the solution to the black tide. I guess I would need to know what he actually thinks should happen instead. Like, maybe he thinks that there's some sort of human thing that they could do in order to go against the black tide, rather than rely on the Titans or the core flames.
The gods have chosen him.
He was indeed chosen by Circes. Is something weighing on you, Cass? The golden thread is quivering. I sense there's more to this exchange than idle chatter.
With all due respect, I'd like to know what you plan to do with him.
In light of his assistance in the battle against the Flame Reaver, I am willing to grant him some time to find a way to remove the core flame.
Which will kill him.
However, if Anaxa decides to make any move that places us in danger, I will not hesitate to take extreme measures.
Just as I feared.
The Flame Chase journey is the destined path for the Chrysos heirs. Yet he now seems more like an empty shell. Given his strong sense of self-respect, I trust that Anaxagoras will make the right decision.
Still, I can't help but hope for another possibility. Perhaps Anaxa will also overcome his limitations, now that he knows time is limited.
I understand your stance. Let's continue this discussion another time. But now, let's greet our guest. You're here. Does this mean you're ready to take on Orynyx's trial? I understand. It was the sacred beast's idea, after all. However, it warrants careful consideration, given their intricate ties to the Titan.
Well, then send Mimmin by herself.
Surrendering the core flame is a Chrysos heir's duty. Your selfless assistance is deeply appreciated. However, I urge you to carefully consider the risks of accepting the trial. Becoming a demigod means forsaking your humanity. You will inherit Orynyx's divinity and bear the time of Amphorius, all on your own. From that point onward, your fate will be forever intertwined with ours, never to be separated again, until the end of Genesis.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a no for me. Are you trying to talk me out of it? Yeah, exactly.
On the contrary, you are the only one who qualifies to attain divinity. Yet, for that very reason, I do
That's
not
not
wish to pressure
true.
you.
Hold on. Why can't Finon do it? He's sitting around without a core flame. He's not a demigod. You got any snacks to eat? No, I ate right before I started streaming.
It's exceedingly rare to find a capable Chrysos heir. If this path proves unattainable, I am willing to lower my expectations. There are still many priests of Yanisopolis and their descendants in the city. If I'm left with no other option, I'll try to find someone worthy among them.
Who else would even be a good candidate for the time? I really don't want to do this. Have someone else do it.
It looks like you know that Titan rather well. Memories that exist outside of your own experiences.
Kind of sounds
I
like
can't
the remembrance to
explain
me.
why, but I can vouch for Mem's words. When I was in the abyss, I heard the Titan's groans, full of pain and grievances, yet without any ill will.
Since you've made your decision, go back to the bath chamber and get some rest. Trinem will call for you when the ceremony is ready. It is difficult for me, as the guide, to absolve myself from blame for things to have progressed to this point. Time and again, you have risen to the occasion for Akima. Nearly rewarding you with some honeydew is no longer able to express the extent of our gratitude. When the dust settles, I hope that we'll have the chance to have a long chat regarding your return journey and the curse of the sky. It's about time that we lift the taboo and discuss things openly.
everything go well for you and Mem. It's nothing. I only came to discuss some matters with Lady Aglaya. Previously, I lent her an anthology of poems that Lady Trian had gifted to me. Tracing back, this anthology was something left for Lady Trian by a bard before their passing.
Okay.
Although personal properties should be cleared out once their owner has passed on, Lady Trian gave this book to me since she knew how much I like to read. No, it's just an ordinary book. It's definitely not some kind of unique copy. It just contains an allegory. In a faraway land, in a city known as Styxia, a dragon corrupted by the Black Tide descended one day, swooping upon the city like death itself. It swallowed the princess of the city whole before it was suppressed. After taking down the evil dragon, the warriors discovered that the princess's life had already met its end. Overwhelmed by grief, the queen hired an alchemist to resurrect the princess using the dragon's flesh and blood. However, having lost memories of her previous life, the resurrected princess turned into an evil dragon herself and wreaked havoc on the city. As a result, the prosperous Styxia met its demise.
What a touching story.
Mem? Mem. Mem.
I actually think so too.
Mem? Mem?
Very
The
silly.
author of this book is Archepia, a wandering bard who traveled to many cities. Among the things she left behind are poems, dictionaries, and many tragicomedy scripts. She even clearly underlined and took notes in books that covered myths with her elegant handwriting. While flipping through these books, I felt like I was afforded a glimpse into the life of Archepia. It felt just like I was traveling with someone that I'd never met before. It was as if she had yet to pass on and was still alive.
Well, that's just not true.
That's right. Writing, drawing, and taking photographs. It seems like human nature to try and leave records of things. Speaking of taking photographs, when I was helping you to take the photo previously, I did not look through the photos in your photo stone out of courtesy. But I'm also very curious about the story of the Rosy
Well,
Celestial
we gotta be careful
Maiden.
giving people our cameras.
Despite having visited many cities in Amphorius, I still understand nothing about the world beyond the sky. If there is an opportunity... forget it. Let's talk about this in the future. For now, I only hope that you'll be able to complete the trial safely and obtain Orynyx's
I mean, I would totally say yes to Castor's joining the Astral Express crew. But there's like no way she lives through this ordeal, right? Only one is supposed to survive, and it's probably not going to be Castor's. It could be Castor's. I don't think it's going to be Castor's. Hey there, Matt. Mad late? Yeah, we'll probably go for another hour or so. And then hit the hay. Get ready for work in the morning.
Thank you for the food you give us, princesses.
I should try Diablo Immortal. Is that like one of the same ones like Diablo 1, 2, 3, 4? I played Diablo 3. Right? Yeah, 3.
Have you heard? Seems like I'd love to go in and take a look.
Citizens Assembly.
That's right. Oh, partner, you're back just in time. This is something that the both of you should probably know. I wouldn't call it trouble. I just think it will be favorable if the both of you understand the situation in Akama better.
Do you remember the Council of Elders that was on our heels previously? It seems like they've made their move.
Some background information for you. The Council of Elders is an authoritative body in Amphorius, made up of different city representatives. They hold legislative power over the Holy City, and are in charge of presiding over the Citizens' Assembly held once every few years. This is the most important social event of Akama. It is highly influential, and can even affect what happens to the Flame Chase journey.
Vocabulary, it would make sense mostly if you had been watching for like the past couple of months. Because we're like basically in chapter 3 of a very long story. Is it for kids? Define kids. Like, there's a lot of reading, and there are microtransactions. So you wouldn't necessarily just like give the phone to your child and then let them do whatever they want on it, you know? 14 or younger? Yeah, they could play this. Like, when you say like your kids, I'm thinking like your 5-year-old, 6-year-old. But yeah, like 14-year-old, sure, they could play this. I think that this is a fairly young community, anyway, that plays the game.
Despite her vision and wisdom that spans across thousands of years, even she cannot win over the hearts of everyone.
I did look it up on my phone just now, but Diablo Immortal is actually made by the same people that that did Diablos 1, 2, and 3, and 4. It's just a free-to-play online version of Diablo, which should be pretty good, because like the actual Diablo games are like a regular AAA priced game. So having a free-to-play version seems like it would be kind of nice.
Every 5 to 10 years, the Council of Elders organizes a citizens' assembly at Dawncloud. During the assembly, the representatives will vote on major issues, such as whether the Chrysos heirs led by Aglaya should still hold the right to govern the Holy City, and whether the Titan's conquest should continue.
Sounds like some sort of system to balance out the heroes and mortals.
That is correct. However, the problem lies in the fact that there are ill-intentioned extremists in the Council of Elders. They view the Citizens' Assembly as a way to restrain the Chrysos heirs, and hope to take complete control over the Flame Chase journey. We can refer to them as the opposition. During the assemblies held in the past 100 years, the voices supporting the opposition have been growing stronger in the shadows. It's only thanks to Aglaya that the Flame Chase journey has been able to continue to this day. The Citizens' Assembly is just around the corner, but this time, there seems to be a new variable to the situation.
It's probably an AXA. Looks like you realize it as well. Yeah, someone opposed to the Flame Chase journey that also has the power of the Titan like embedded in their soul.
I'm afraid that the Council of Elders might want to take advantage of Professor Anaxa. Aglaya will surely take back Cersei's core flame, but with Anaxa's current condition, It's so unique that nobody knows how taking the core flame away from him will affect him.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows it's gonna kill
He's
him.
always been someone that is only concerned about his own research. I'm certain that he must want to escape from the monitoring of the golden thread and protect himself. If the opposition were to offer an olive branch at this time.
You suspect he may betray the flame chase journey and infect towards the Council of Elders?
Anaxa has never believed in the prophecy, so technically it cannot be considered a betrayal. However, he has taught many Chrysos heirs, and has long been considered an important ally of Akuma. I truly do not wish to see comrades turning on one another.
That's his old professor as well, by the way. I have a better understanding of the full picture now. Is there anything else we can do?
As I believe in his character, I plan to plead with Aglaya and try to buy more time for him. Then, the greatest way in which you can help is for you to know what I am fighting for.
We understand. Thank you for being honest with us. Things are piling up again. Stormy and Mem are tied up with Ornyx's trial, while I'm preparing to visit the Grove to uncover clues about the world beyond the sky. And none of those things seem like they're going to be easy to deal with.
Apologize for the fact that we always seem to be troubling you. I hope that Ornyx will show more benevolence and be more accommodating. I remember that they seemed quite fond of you back in the Abyss. Go and rest and regain your strength. We'll meet at the Vortex in a few days.
A coup? Is that how you spell it? Key? Q? What are you trying to say? Is that something in the in Diablo Immortal that you're talking about? I don't think I can be on their side if their stance is let's take the core flame regardless of whether it kills Anaxa. I mean, Anaxa should just go through the Cersei's trial and then become the demigod. And they should force him to do that, if anything. Oh, a coup. Okay. That's C-O-U-P. There might be an E at the end, but yeah. A coup. It's from France. That's why it's weird. Hey there, Litopia. Yeah, that totally makes sense. A coup, K-H-U. That makes sense that that's how you would think that was spelled. But back to Diablo. When I did play Diablo, my main was actually a wizard. So yeah, you got that spot on.
Oh, right. You can read this scroll if you want to find out more about the Council of Elders and the Citizens' Assembly.
I did play a lot of other characters like Monk, Demon Hunter, a little bit of Necromancer, but yeah, mainly Wizard. Never really got into like the melee, like the Barbarian and things like that. I'm not actually reading this, but I'm keeping it on screen in case anyone wants to like pause and read stuff. It's a lot of text. No one has time to read all that. And it's a shame because the writing's actually all really good. There's like, you know, lots of funny jokes and stuff. But no time. Rest for one night. Just as I suspected, the troubles afflicting the Flame Chase journey aren't just external issues. They're complex internal politics and interpersonal relationships that also are exacerbating the problem. Can't let our guard down yet. We have to find out where we stand in this large interwoven web. So, I don't know how many of you are familiar with the SAG-AFTRA strike, but the Voice Actors Guild is on strike and has been for a very long time at this point. And all the characters in this game that were part of that guild have been on strike. And so there are a lot of unvoiced characters right now. Argenti, Danheng, Kimiko. They've replaced Huahua and Tingyun. Are there any others? There are probably others, but I think Luca also is unvoiced right now. Imagine reading. Yeah, it's like the one weakness of Star Rail players. Why are they on strike? Well, the official reason that is given is that they want more money, as that's usually why strikes happen, and that they don't want to be replaced by AI. They can't just change the voice. Yeah. I mean, they have a couple of times, and I noticed it immediately because I used some of the characters that they replaced. Yeah, those are the official reasons, because, like, it makes sense. If you have enough voice lines by enough different people, then you can just stop hiring voice actors at that point and replace them all. I think that I've heard, like, this part I don't think I've confirmed, but the guild also has kind of given an ultimatum to MiHoYo, that's the company that makes this game, and said, hey, I want you to coerce all of your current voice actors to also be part of our guild. Otherwise, we're not going to let our actors continue working with you. And that kind of makes sense, because if you think about it a certain way, like if you have, 90%, 80% of your cast is not in the guild and then 20% are, then for one thing, if the guild negotiates a contract saying, hey, you're going to pay us this much money for people that are in the guild, then they would just fire the people that are in the guild and then just buy people that aren't in a guild. But also, MiHoYo is not an American company, so far they've just said no, we're just going to keep on being unvoiced and maybe replace more people as time goes on. I think AI is really cool. There was an AI Go playing bot that was better than all the humans. Yep. What was that one called? GoBot? Alpha? Something like that? That's a really long time ago, though, at this point. I remember hearing about that. Yeah, AlphaGo. I'm sure that there's lots of good stuff that can happen with AI, like self-driving cars would be nice. I don't know. That's about it. Text summaries, maybe, of large legal documents or something like that. I think that there's also like some other stuff, right? So, people that are my age are pretty good at using technology, but people that are the age of my grandmother, or even my mother sometimes, are really bad at using technology. So things like booking flights or finding hotels or like, being able to do anything online is very difficult. And if there were an AI assistant that you could just say, hey, I want to do this thing, and if it were good enough and didn't make mistakes as often as it currently does, then it would make a lot of things more useful, because right now there's like an accessibility thing. Like if you're too old, then you're just like out of luck for a lot of things. So, you know, there's a lot of good stuff that AI can do. That's just two things off the top of my head. And there's like, and that's not even like my profession or anything like that. I'm sure that the people that are actually working on it are figuring out all sorts of ways you can use it. But as with everything, the issue isn't necessarily AI, but monetization. There are going to be a lot of things that people want you to spend money on that you don't necessarily need. And they're going to basically use this technology like everything else. So something like, you know, YouTube. YouTube's great. Express yourself. That was the original thing. You put up videos, but then you have all this monetization, like, you know, unskippable ads and, you know, premium memberships, members only, YouTube Red, things like that. You know, online gaming used to be completely free, and now there's like tiered services, like you pay this much to get this much, you pay this much to get more, something like that, you know. Yeah, things will get ruined based off of corporations squeezing as much money out of consumers as possible. True, running around in circles. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to get into like heavy story stuff while talking about random stuff. Help with chores, yeah, that'd be nice. Oh, hang on, let me see here. The human master wrote afterwards that he saw people incorporating the same strategy, revisiting options that they'd lost written off as bad play, and the humans became emboldened to try new things. Makes sense. Shadow Clone Jutsu? Oh yeah, so the character that I'm in control of right now used to be one person, Trivios, and she inherited some magical powers that I'm not going to get into details of, and it split her soul into 1,000 pieces so that she could go around the world and do the mission that she was given. Again, I'm not going to go into the details, but each of them only has like a fraction of the demigod's power, and when they use up that power they die, and now there are only 3 left. But last stream another one died, so now there are only 2 left. The one on the right died, so uh-oh, details. Yeah, you can watch some older streams that I have tagged as story to catch up if you want to. Especially because Stormy loves details so much. I do love details.
Nervous.
Speaking of which, I don't recall any rubber duck toys in the baths in Akama. Seems they only have these seals. Oh, maybe I can play the Seal Striker minigame now. Let's just hope everything goes well. After all, as someone who has earned the gaze of an Aeon, you should be able to overcome the trial of a regional god just fine. Is that like... I guess that kind of does make sense. So, in the same way that Aventurine has the blessing of his local gods, or his local god, I should say, the three-eyed crone or whatever. Maybe in like the lore of this game, the Titans are just local gods here. Also, I've earned the gaze of like 4 Aeons. Thank you very much, Don Hung. We've also unknowingly gotten used to sleeping with the midday sun shining brightly over our heads. Get some rest. Perhaps a new phase of the trailblazing expedition in Amphorius is about to begin. Oh, this is like still the end of 3.1, it seems. And now it's going to... No, maybe, I don't know.
Esteemed one, Orynyx's vacant totem awaits.
Oh, right, no, because the flash up was a few days ago, but when I started this story, so now we're back to the present. If the multiplayer is available forever, then sure, I would, go against the viewers. Gonna plug Poncho. Great doing that. That reminds me that I didn't turn on my bot today, so let me do that so that when Poncho speaks, it just automatically plugs him.
If you have already made your preparations to become a pillar of Amphorius, please step forward.
But yeah, let me do the voice version. So Poncho streams Pokemon Unite. Top 30 Snorlax in the world. Probably top 1 in North America, I'd imagine, at this point. He would know better than I. Recently been doing daily streams on the grind. Making sure I don't get any work done at work. But it's okay though.
Miss, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what I should say to help calm your nerves. Oh. Right. Perhaps something like, as long as you can successfully complete this trial, the rest of the Flame Chase journey will be smooth sailing?
The question at the end.
Strange. Don't worry. It won't take up too much of your time.
She's making it so much worse.
Don't worry. You'll definitely make it back alive. Oh. Sorry. It seems like I've made the mood even heavier. In any case, may everything go your way.
That was completely devastating.
The Titan's trial is a very peculiar experience. I'm afraid that I'm not able to accurately describe it. You can only go and experience it for yourself. I believe that you'll be able to pull it off.
I can still vividly recall when you entered the vortex of Genesis for the first time. At that time, I could never have imagined that a guest from beyond the sky would shoulder the fate of Amphorius. Don't feel burdened. Just like during the trial of strife, Trinan and Finon will be waiting for you outside. If something unforeseen were to occur, they will intervene in the
I was gonna
trial
say something
and
about that
rescue you.
too, Lobster.
May Kephaly bless you.
Yeah, don't try to think that we forgot that the first time that we entered the vortex of Genesis, you threatened our lives.
Little Gray and Men, thank you. Your resolves cannot be questioned. We praise your pure selflessness and courage. May Kephaly light your path forward.
You'll note here that there are only 2 of Trinan and Tribby, because Trian's gone now. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Get ready to assume Orynyx's divinity, Trailblazer. The divine position of Orynyx has already been vacant for some time. We can feel the space of the trial closing, as there isn't much of their soul left, will have to complete the ceremony before their soul completely dissipates.
I guess that's supposed to be a pun on Core Flame, I guess.
The miracle that once belonged to the great Veil of Evernight, Orynyx. It shall now be returned by the two elected heroes of the Chrysosairs. A traveler who is upright and courageous, and a sacred beast that invokes miracles. Mem 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 who? Mem 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 mem. Both of you, please, come forward. Recite along with us. O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world, we seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy. These are just words meant to make the prayer seem more solemn. Please, focus. And surrender the core flame.
You know, Trailblazer does often get voiced. I'm surprised that she wasn't for this. I guess I shouldn't say often. Like, for a very long time, she definitely was not voiced, and then she was voiced for a couple of patches in a row. So I kind of got used to her being voiced. I think that the Ron May missions were the first time that she actually did have a voice, though. Besides combat voices, you know?
Orynyx. Their soul has been waiting for a long time.
Perhaps they're also quietly waiting for the arrival of their successor.
Can't say I love you all, because Aglaya's here.
The last time I heard this, things didn't turn out that well.
Don't worry, Aglaya. She's tougher than I am, right?
No, you literally beat us the last time we fought. Like, soundly. 1v2. Literally embarrassed us.
Traveler from beyond the sky, let us pray that the Titan acknowledges your worthiness.
Although she loves cracking jokes at inopportune times, her determination is as strong as the Chrysosairs. She will definitely succeed. While she's away, I would like to have a chat with you, Aglaya.
Speak. I'm listening.
Slap, slap! Wake up!
She's speaking a lot.
How is it? How do you feel? Right? I think that it's amazing too. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Mem.
I have such a cute voice. It must be because of all the memories that I collected. They allowed me to grow beyond expectations.
Alright, I don't trust this thing. Are you even the real Mem? Yeah, I don't know that you collected like enough memories just in the time that I've been out to completely change personality and also voice.
secrets of the Titan are becoming clearer.
Mother. It hurts. Have I finally reached the end? Are the years of isolation coming to an end?
Oryx. Oh, how heartbreaking. Ever since the figure draped in the black cloak robbed them of their core flame, they have been relegated to waiting in isolation in such a confined space. We are going to help alleviate their pain, right?
Is that what we're doing? I don't think that that's actually the path of the demigod.
Mother? Who are they calling out for?
Why is there an adventure mission here? Where am I? Okay, so we're back in Janisopolis, which is where we ended the last stream. But let's, I guess we just go forward, probably? I thought this was like a new area. We should have already gotten everything here, right? No, we still have quite a bit. 6 treasure chests and 1 run-in with Bartholos. He does seem quite soon to be a love interest. Yeah, I think that all the characters are that way though, right? Like, we're the main character and it really shows. Has there been anyone that like doesn't absolutely love us yet? Skyfather, like destruction, preservation, or
He's calling for you.
Fuli, or Shipe. Okay, so they're gonna, I don't have to guess, it just tells me. Okay, so father is Fuli. Who's mother then?
Father has chosen you. Mother is no longer responding. Something important. An important matter.
Oryx, listen to me. Aren't you tired? Throughout the long years, you have always been protecting the fate of Amphorius. Each time people draw strength from within their memories, every single ripple falls onto your shoulders. There's no need for you to bear this any longer, Oryx. From today onwards, someone else will bear time on your behalf. This is why we have come.
For
This actually might work out. I'm about to be the actual demigod?
Child, everything will be fine. Let us help you. You can have a good rest now.
You have potential, strength,
However,
willpower, powerful, and tenacious.
but
You lack something.
yeah.
Just one thing.
Oh, only one? Maybe I could just go get it.
Lacking something. What is it?
Commitment? Not wanting to stick around until the end of this journey?
What you lack is
Ooh.
future.
What? What future? I don't have a future? I don't even know if I have a
Future?
past.
Traveler from the sky. You should have dissipated already. The gaze from Sky Father. Stabilize your form. Because from the moment you cross the sky, your life was cast away.
Oh?
Right now, you are simply a collection of walking memories.
That's a twist.
What? How is that possible?
I'm already dead? This is more well done than the Independent Connie. Because I actually didn't see that coming. I mean, it kind of makes sense. That was a pretty deadly looking crash that we ended up in. And we did see Mim way at the start here, although, yeah, I don't know.
The space is collapsing. Someone must inherit the authority of time.
Give it to Mim. She's right there.
Is lost. The laws of time will collapse.
Well, that would be an interesting thing that happens.
Will succumb to
The past, future, and present all mixed together. There are games that have that as a thing.
time. Never compromises. Never bears grudges. Never forgives. Never makes a choice. Child of humanity. Titans. Mother. Sky Father. Time restrains everything that exists in this world.
Orynyx's divinity is dissipating? Is the trial coming to an end?
Pathstrider of remembrance. My strength. I shall entrust to you. The fate of the world. If you wish to save it.
So there she is. Gonna give me the string?
Your future that has been stolen. Even if that means you'll have to cheat death. You'll have to challenge that
15 days, reclaim your future. So basically you're gonna die in 15 days. You're finally awake. You failed utterly. I'll keep it simple. You succeeded. Ornyx has entrusted you with their divinity. Now you're no different from a demigod of Emphorius. However, you were already dead. Them told me about what happened during the trial. They are still explaining things to the others and told me to bring you back to your room to rest first. Well, Skyfather is Fooly, but she did not tell us who Mother was. She called out to Mother, and Mother didn't respond. So, what's my superpower? For you to say that even now, you're truly impressive. I mean, if I can turn back time, can't I just, like, go back to before I was dead? There's something that I've never told you. When we landed on Emphorius, our car was pierced by Nikidor's lance. Do you remember? Back in the ruins of the Abyss? This is what I said. I thought it was Aquila's laser beam eyes. You passed out when the car got hit. I blacked out too, but not before dragging you out. It's a good thing we were in the car, or we would have been crushed to pieces. Actually, I kind of made light of the situation. What actually happened was much more complicated. You were severely injured back then, with several wounds and still bleeding profusely. I struggled to carry you out and used the last of my strength to stem the bleeding. But then, I was also hit by a falling rock and lost my consciousness. The last time I checked, you still weren't breathing. But when I regained consciousness, I saw that you were alive and full of energy, so I never brought this up again. I'm not sure whether the gaze of Fooly has anything to do with this matter, but according to the Titan, you are living in the form of a memory right now, just like those objects in the past and the miracles of Ornyx. Perhaps Mim is the anchor rope that ties you to the present. I had assumed they couldn't stray too far from you, but in truth, it might be the exact opposite, that I can't stray too far from them. Stellaron, do something. For a while, I also thought the Stellaron was your life support system, but it seems like this hypothesis has been disproven. It's not time for us to despair yet. There must be some way to save you. So a couple of things here. At the very, 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 very beginning of the game, Kafka and Silverwolf break into the Herta space station and they steal a Stellaron from Herta and then they implant it into my body, giving me life. At least I think it gave me life. It seemed like it gave me life. I woke up right after they did it, and I had no memories of the past before that event happened. So when Ornyx was saying you don't have a future, you should have already dissipated, I thought it had something to do with the fact that we were actually never alive to begin with for the entire story, and we were basically battery powered by the Stellaron in our soul, I guess. Very similar to Anaxa, basically. But no, it's actually just we died in the car crash even before we landed, which is pretty much the same plot of Pentaconi, where we were in a dream the entire time as soon as we even got close to the planet. No, gee, thanks, Donna, because I never brought it up again. Thanks a lot. Well, you seem fine, so I guess it's all good now. I think I probably already read that by now. Ornyx mentioned finding your stolen future and cheating death. Considering Maide's indestructible body, it just seemed to suggest that there's the one way to find a miraculous power in Emphorius that can even reverse death. The key seems to be lying in the Hand of Shadow, the Death Titan Thanatos, whose whereabouts are unknown. Castros has been searching for him for centuries? Decades? He's not quite sure how time works in this world.
Hey, are you alright?
What? You can just teleport in?
I heard you two talking about Thanatos. Cass is also very concerned about the warning.
I thought you were off talking to the people, you were off talking to the other Chrysos heirs.
She has left the vortex and returned to the garden. Shall we go and look for her? Thanatos is the Titan that Cass has always been looking for. Regardless of whether there are any clues, there's probably no one else that understands death better than her.
Okay, so I thought that Mim was able to talk because we were in Ornyx's trial, but it seems like now Mim just talks. Personally, I'm okay with that. I don't need to hear mem forever and ever. Let's do that then.
Oh, right. There's something that I have to tell you. The Chrysosairs already know everything that has happened to you.
Man,
I was
such a
too
big
worried,
mouth.
So I told them everything. Please don't hate me, okay?
So much for keeping things under wraps. We need some sort of like space elevator or something like that to go from my room to the Garden of Life, because we go to the Garden of Life so often. We have to ride that little elevator every time. There is a warp point up there. I could just fast travel, but there's the fun in that. What? I feel like, so I guess to explain that better, I feel like opening up the map and fast traveling to every place you go, every place that you need to go, kind of breaks the immersion of the world, you know? But also, it takes so long to just like walk to places. And I think it would be nice if there were faster methods.
If you can get there on foot, then don't bother using the Century Gate.
This is NPC trippy, so I will talk to her some other time. When Trippy says I'll see you tomorrow, that means something different from when I say see you tomorrow. Thought there was a special thing I just got for talking to all the Chrysosairs, but no. Oops. Volume 3. That implies volumes 1 and 2. Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy.
Miss, I'm right here. Please stay there and slowly turn around.
Is she trying to see if she can kill me since I'm already dead? Spin around immediately, give Castris a scare. I'll just not die, I suppose.
Please pardon me.
You realize you were still alive. No, to be more precise, your death was not thorough. Casper's is touching us. That's important because she's like cursed or blessed. Basically, she kills things when she touches them, and that's kind of like her whole thing. It's been in the same way that Maide's special birth ability is that he's immortal. Castrus's birth ability is that she kills things that she touches, and she was the priestess of death in her town. So when like there was sick livestock, or when people were like to be executed, or when people were just really old and wanted to die, she would just touch them. And she really didn't like it. Like, it made her really sad to not be able to hug people or to like hold hands or all sorts of things. So, you know, go watch the animated short on YouTube about Castrus. You'll see for yourself.
Just as I expected. I cannot feel anything.
You're invading my personal space. Get away from me.
Back at the Grove, I was puzzled as to why you were not affected by my curse. I thought that it might have been the special ability of a traveler from beyond the sky. Never did I expect that this would be the true reason.
So, something really funny that could have happened is she assumes that she doesn't have the effect on travelers from beyond the sky, and then accidentally kills Dan Heng because she just assumes that he's in the same boat as I am.
I'm sorry. I should have noticed that something was amiss earlier. Miss, if my abrupt behavior just now offended you, I hope that you can forgive me. I'm just thinking, if your soul has really left your body, as a mortician, I might be able to trace where it has gone to.
Cass, did you find anything?
My apologies. Not as of yet. Perhaps I have overestimated my capabilities. But, Miss, would you be willing to let me try again? This time, I'll increase the area of contact slightly.
She's really gonna try to kill me this time.
Might be different this time.
There's no harm in trying again. I mean, I guess I'm already dead, right?
I have never touched the living in this way before.
Technically, you still haven't.
If my actions are in any way disrespectful, I hope that you can forgive me.
I never noticed that she has those little white divots on her like collarbone, kind of like a skeleton or like the rib cage. My first time noticing that.
I seem to have caught a glimpse of something. Your soul is currently roaming someplace and cannot find a way to escape. But perhaps it might not be a bad thing. If your soul is still wandering around, it means that we still have time. We have a chance to find it before the fingers of Thanatos sweep everything away.
Oh, we won't be able to get it back if Thanatos finds
Just a
it.
few more. I need more guidance.
Stop touching me with
Connection
your
has been
death hands.
With my strength, I'm not able to trace it. It was me. I was a little too hasty. Don't worry, miss. Although we currently have no leads, I will do my best to search for the whereabouts of Thanatos, bring back their core flame, and personally return to you the life that you have lost too soon. I know that I'm lacking in confidence, but I hope that you can keep this promise of mine in mind. Before I manage to deliver on this promise, please do your best to hang on.
I'm not on my deathbed. I'm like already dead. Like, I'm not sickly or anything is what I mean, right? Like, I have the same amount of strength and capability that I've always had, but everyone's treating me like, you know, I need to be read my last rites. Well, I should have been read my last rites, I guess.
Lady Aglaya and Lord Finon are currently discussing some matters in the paths. They're worried about you too. If possible, please go there and let them know that you're well. Although, I don't actually know whether your current situation can be described as well. Also, please accept this Styxian fable. Reading can help one to focus and relax. I hope that reading this can help
Is this
tide you through this difficult period.
the girl and the dragon and the prince, or the dragon and the princess? Yeah, the dragon and the princess. Is there another fable at the bottom of here? No.
Lady Aglaya and Lord Finon are currently
This is a collection of memories. Seems interesting. It's kind of like a Misha situation. Yeah. I'm sure all the characters run at the same speed, but Trippy looks like she runs faster, so I like to get to places as Trippy.
They're here.
That partner! Hyacinth said you definitely wake up. How do you feel?
Also, can we just talk about how casters were like, everything will probably be fine and it'll be over quickly and it'll be smooth sailing and you'll probably come out alive. But like, apparently I went in dead and we are going to do this over the course of 15 days and it is not smooth sailing at all. Like, every single thing she said was as wrong as possible.
Well, at least you look no different from the living. I think that most living people don't even look as good as you do.
No, stop. You're making me blush.
You've completed the trial of time, and I have to admit that the process went better than I expected.
Better
Even
than
in the
expected.
end,
I'm
Titan's
dead.
heart still showed a soft spot for humankind. However, I never expected that. Two people who have cheated death would appear in Akima at the same time.
Wait, did Don Hung also cheat death?
That's what
Who's
we've
the
been
second
talking
person?
about. Mighty has been in
Oh,
Akima
Maide
for such
probably?
a
Yeah,
long
okay,
time.
it's Maide.
Has no one thought to study his indestructible body? If there were even any minor breakthroughs, we wouldn't be as clueless as we are right now.
Many have had this idea, but so far there have been no results. If it were successful, Thanatos wouldn't have disappeared without a trace. Nevertheless, now is not the time for us to give up. At the very least, we can still see a glimmer of hope. Cypher. If
Oop.
anyone in this
Cypher?
world knows the whereabouts of death, it would be her.
That's
I'll
all I
try
need
and
to
get
hear.
her to return to Akima, but do be prepared for a less than ideal outcome. Please understand that throughout the history of Amphorius, no one has ever managed to escape the clutches of death.
Except for Cypher.
At the
And also
end of
Maide.
time, Thanatos
And also me.
silently awaits all.
Don't take it to heart, partner. After all, you've already created countless miracles along the way, right?
But before that, just
What's wrong, Aglaya?
omens always come in pairs. A tiny air current will eventually brew.
Don't
into
tell
a
me that you're gonna say
stream
something like,
tears
"Oh, we
the
need your
sky
help
apart.
with this Council of Elders."
Anaxagoras. He has
Oh
a
no,
mission
they need help with the
to
Council of
the Council
Elders.
of Elders.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna die in 15 days, but sure, I'll help you out with your little political struggles.
Come down to this.
I earnestly hope that your assessment of him is accurate, Finan. Otherwise, the efforts of my teacher and I of the past millennium might be reduced to dust because of that great performer.
I'm not a Chrysosaur. I can perform as I please. What does it matter what the Council of Elders say to me?
I'm back here again. I remember this dream. This realm is covered in a silk-like fog, and the land is barren and harsh. The crowd of travelers leaves tracks everywhere.
Hey! Excuse me! What is this place? Where in Amphorius are we?
The mutters of the traveler are in a language I'm unable to comprehend. Or perhaps they're just distracted and ignored my question.
Tell me, which Titan reigns over this land? And how do I find them?
Oh, he must be in the land of the dead. Yeah, he's... This is... When they say not long ago. Yeah, I thought so. They mean like when he was in the grove.
Thanatos. Could this possibly be the Netherrealm?
Not Netherrealm.
Then where is this? River of Souls? The outskirts of the Netherrealm? Are you heading downstream toward the Netherrealm?
The Netherrealm. Nothing but an illusion.
These wandering traveler, death, soul, dementor things are actually pretty helpful. They're like stopping and answering questions of this random person that's here. Where's Natasha, the underworld doctor, when you need her? That's a good one.
Me.
That's the type of joke that you would only get from someone that has stopped watching after version 1 story, because I would not have even remembered that those things happened, because it's been like 2 years.
Listen.
What? The traveler lifts their wrinkled fingers and remains silent. I look in the direction they are pointing and listen closely. There. A massive shadow brought the sound of rushing tides. The sound of tides. I can hear it. I hear it, deep within the tides, beyond the closed gates of the void world. A voice, about to recount something.
Child of humanity. Is it death's embrace you yearn for with such urgency?
Was that Thanatos? Oh no, that's Cersei's.
Oh, you have awoken. Welcome back to the mortal realm.
She's like, no dying on
Your
my watch.
consciousness is dissipating much faster than I expected. Ultimately, it seems like the Titan's core flame is incompatible with a mortal body.
How much longer can my consciousness remain in the mortal realm?
In my estimation, at best, you'll see 15 more entry hours.
Okay, so I die in 15 days, and so does Anaxa.
15 days and nights.
What is it? Are you finally starting to become attached to the mortal world now?
On the contrary, 15 days feels a little too long for solving a simple problem.
The confidence on this guy.
Stop giggling. It's time for us to go. The messenger from the Council of Elders is almost here.
Let me ask you one more question. Are you really planning to betray Aglaya's will?
What betrayal is there to speak of when I was never loyal to her to begin with?
What about that white-haired student of yours? Acting so recklessly, do you not care about what might happen to him?
There will be a price to pay for blind faith. This is also a lesson for Finan.
You truly are a strict teacher.
Of course. This is how I've always been.
Do I get to play as an Exa with this? I do.
You're better off believing in me than believing in prophecies.
That's the trivia setup. Wonder what speed he's at. I'll have to get in combat and see. This is a pretty good setup, I think. I'm probably going to not actually go forward with the story at this point because it's just before 1 a.m. We've gotten all of our motivations out of the way. We kind of know how this is going to go from here. Let you teleport to somewhere with monsters. I think that I would be able to go some places, yeah. I'll try mountain combat probably next time. Let's see. We don't really want to have a stream with no combat though, so let me make sure I don't overcap on one energy here. Oh, this thing doesn't give me what I need. I was going to go on to Hoya Lab real quick, do the same thing. Just to see what I need to farm. Pretty sure I'm very close to being done with farming for Cypher. So I did look at some leaks and hoping for the best, that that the right character shows up, or that they're accurate at least. Nihility. There we go. Oh good, I'm actually, oh wait, no. I need to do both the character and also the light cone at the same time. So I need 139 of these, and I'm going to use that 114, so I'll be left over with 25, and I need, okay, yeah, I think I'm actually good on that. So I need to just farm I need to farm 150 of the experience points now. Had classes? No problem. Welcome back. We just finished as much story as we're going to do for the night, and now I'm going to do some just some quick farming. I'm not pulling for her and her light cone, but she uses the same materials besides the ascension materials that Cypher will use. That's the M4, or that's the Cianjo Nihility trace materials.
Lose some, win some. I always deliver.
Follow my charge. Show no mercy.
Bending the rules.
There's no time to lose. Here, this thunder.
I can't thank you enough. This mortal. Watch over you. Guide you on your path. Tormented doubt, farewell.
Give an inch and they'll take a mile. Time for a lesson.
Conflict is pitiless. Stay put.
I can't thank you enough. Serenity is before me.
Follow my charge.
Bending the rules.
Show no mercy. Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all.
We? There's no backing out now. For me or you. Self-inflicted misery. Don't let me down.
Here, this thunder.
I can't thank you enough. This mortal. Watch over you and guide you on your path. Tormented doubt, farewell.
There's no time to lose. Show no mercy.
Time for a lesson.
I'm gonna hold everyone back again! Protect!
I can't thank you enough. Serenity is before me.
Follow my charge.
Bending the rules.
Show no mercy.
This is 5.
Time for a lesson. We? There's no
Oh
backing
no, why are
out
there only
now.
4 of them?
For
What?
me or you.
That's okay, worked out. I pre-farmed for an Nexus still on the fence about getting him. Yeah, I mean, no one character is needed for anyone really, but it depends on how much you want them. Like, from the very first Euphoria's trailer, when I saw that Cypher was like a speedster, like zipping around, I was like, oh wow, we got a speedy character. Like, I might actually get that. I haven't really felt the need to get anyone else besides Tribby. Tribby was just kind of like a power pick. I haven't picked up any of their DPSs yet.
Strike. Follow my charge. Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all. Show no mercy.
Wow, that did so much damage.
you on your path. Tormented doubt, farewell.
There's no time to lose. Show no mercy. Get them! Here is thunder. Show no mercy.
I actually need to slow down on the kills a little bit. I won't have enough energy for the next battle.
I can't thank you enough.
Serenity is before me.
Follow my charge. Conflict is pitiless.
What's the secret behind my channel name? Well, there is a online game called City of Heroes. It's a Western comic book online game where you make a character, they give them superpowers, you run around and fight bad guys. And the character that I made on that was named Stormy Sensei because they summoned ninjas, so they're the Sensei, and they also summoned storms, similar to like Storm from X-Men. So it was just very like on the nose, super obvious name. But that was my strongest character in that game, and so a lot going forward. Basically, that was kind of my gamer tag for a lot of things. I do have one City of Heroes stream on this channel. Unfortunately, my computer is not good enough to both stream and play it at the same time. Like when I tried doing it, the game would just crash. So I don't have like that much, but I do at least have enough footage to have shown Stormy Sensei on screen, like the original character with their power sets and whatnot. I'm so close to like getting all of the nymphs without even needing to actually ask for hints. Just one more left. But this is a really big place. I'm sure that the thing that I'm looking for is like either here in the town, because I haven't really explored it that much, or it's in the baths. Why am I coughing so much? I just cough a lot. I have a child that goes to daycare, so they're always sick. Also, I don't talk very often, IRL. So when I do long streams and I'm like reading out text and talking to chat, my throat gets dry. If it weren't so late at night, then I would have made some tea to drink with while I was playing and streaming. But I don't want to be up all night. Oh yeah, that's a good call there. The year in review thing. Can I do that from here? Yes, I can. The annual report. So we're in the anniversary for Star Rail. We just entered the 3rd year of the game. Nope, it's gonna give me a QR code, isn't it? Oh, it gave me a QR code. How gross. Ah well. Can't do it from here. It is really nice though. It tells you what your top characters are. It tells you how much stamina you've used, how many relics you've farmed, like how many battles you've had. Like, it's a really nice year in review. Maybe I'll post some stuff in the Discord for it. But basically, Huahua's been working overtime this year. Because she's like the only healer. Well, she's not the only healer that I have, but she's the only real healer that I have. She's so much better than the other healers that it's actually funny. And so she's on like every team. Like, Huahua. This is like just a collection of all the hunt characters, so it's, yeah. No Huahua here. No healer at all here. I don't know why I have this team. But this team would be very funny, though. Huahua. Yeah, every single team. Natasha got me through Swarm Disaster 5. That's so crazy. I think that I probably used Aventurine for Swarm Disaster. Because, like, there was a time where Aventurine was better than Huahua. And the stats actually show it. I think that at the beginning of the year, or the beginning of the last 12 months, Aventurine was my most used character, because E0S0 Aventurine is better than E0S0 Huahua. He's completely SP positive. You don't give up any damage at all, so you don't really need to worry about health and whatnot. And he does follow-up attacks, and then that leads to more facial attacks and whatnot. But ever since I lost the 75-25 on Aventurine's Light Cone, and then later on got E1S1 for Huahua, it's been over. This character's too good. Pops up everywhere. Yeah, she's increases the speed of the whole team. She keeps everyone alive. She gives everyone energy. She cleanses debuffs. So when characters like Kafka, or bosses like Kafka, or like people that try to poison or burn you or bleed or whatnot, there's like a lot of mechanics you just get to ignore. Like, playing with Huahua in general is like having links with unlimited ultimates. No, I was not expecting to be able to talk to Trinan.
Girl, and open the door.
It's Tail, or as Huahua says, Mr. Tail. Yeah. Oops. I had autoplay on. I didn't even read any of the stuff she was saying.
Don't bother using the Century Gate.
Am I able to use the Memory Stone in order to see Trian? Probably not. I feel like it would be a little cheap, but there is a Memory Stone here, so maybe let's just try it. This is Casterus here. No, okay. Got out of range. I do think the Memory Stone would cheapen Trian's death, but yeah, this game has done it before, though. Alright, I'm gonna just ramble on forever and ever if I keep this up. But we'll probably play a lot this week because this story intrigues me, and I want to kind of see progress here. What work do I do? Software developer. And I will will be a zombie if I don't go to work, or if I don't go to sleep now. Because got to wake up in 6 hours. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. More Star Rail tomorrow, probably. And then we'll see how the rest of the week goes as well. But thanks for watching, as always. And I'll see you next time. Take care, and goodbye.